Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with NieR Automata episode number 7 reaction. Alright, before I begin, I am 1 week lagging. Episode 8 has already come out. I'm reacting to episode 7. I was a little bit busy the previous week, so I wasn't able to do it. However, I am going to react to another episode in this week only. Before this week ends, after 3 or 4 days. One of the animes that I'm reacting to has ended, so I'll react to another episode on that day. That is episode number 8 on that day, and I'm going to catch up. That's what I'm going to do. Probably like 3 or 4 days later, I'll react to episode 8, that type of thing. The previous episode, which is episode number 6, we got a little bit of story, a story of I again forgot the commander's name. Uh, her and her backstory, how she met like a group of androids and they fought together, and by the end everyone of them sacrificed themselves to keep her alive by the end so that she can carry the next the next generation, carry the torch, while one of the androids she was good friends with is number 2, they called her. And surprisingly, by the end of it, we realize this is a character which people who have played the game will kind of recognize. And in the end, that was revealed that, oh, this is the same character. And I'm really like, obviously, like, we're going to see more of her now. It seems that she's alive, and it'll be interesting to see her actually coming in contact with 2B, 9S, and the leader, and see how this goes, how this whole connection kind of progresses in this story, how what's going to happen, because in the game, we only saw her, we didn't get her backstory and stuff, but we get like a little backstory, like an actual thing here, and a connection. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Anyways, let's see what happens in this episode 7. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Nissan, yeah. Oh, he's wearing some existence precedes essence. Never either on. Okay, yeah, I guess. He's not understanding anything. Ooh. Oh, he'll not be happy with that. Hmm. Okay, what's alright, let's see. Why does this feel like some kind of a death flag? Alright. Hmm. Okay. Oh, damn. That's a lot. 25 kilograms. Okay. Wow. Yeah? Fuel efficiency. Oh, hmm. Well, yeah, like, okay, here we go. Oh, what? Why is. Oh, wait, this flower. Luna. We saw this in that robot. Ah! Interesting. This operator is quite talkative. Okay. Huh. Well, ye- yeah, that's not what he's saying. He's talking about the. Yeah. 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 Oh boy. Oh, it's one of Pascal's. What the hell? No, that's Pascal. Why would you set a trap? Okay. What's happening to him? Oh, that's why. Yeah, the little one we saw before, this one. Oh, whoa. That's not good. Kingdom. Oh. Okay. Wonder, yeah. Maybe. Oh my god! Calm down! Yeah? Wow, these two are actually great. Yo, come on, your eyes are leaking. Oh my god. Wow, the way they persuaded them, just like a human being, you know? Ah, that's nice. That's kind of helpful. Probably not. Yeah. Interesting. I guess the place where the control, like the brain. Obviously, androids don't have brain, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Brain, I think. That's the Yeah, I guess. Oh, I remember this part in the game. Okay, okay. So this is that part. Okay, okay. The Forest Kingdom. Yeah, I remember this part. Hard, but I would say the brain. I don't know. I feel like maybe if you think like in a more like the soul or whatever. Hmm. Look up. Maybe they're setting a trap or something. Don't don't why oh god. Okay. Hmm. I don't think that's gonna work here. Will it? Oh uh oh god. What the Ooh. Oh, it must be number two. I don't know. King. Yeah. Alright. I kind of remember this part a little bit. You know the sections, the environment I remember, Oh, oh, so there you go. It must be number two who came here before. Yeah. Yep, it's number two. Or maybe it's Adam and Eve. What the? Ah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of. Oh, it says flowers and everything on. Okay, was for a moment I. All right, 256 years ago. Independence. Uh, hmm. Yeah. But Niners will be like, oh, you guys are machine phones. Why would you need to do that? True. Interesting. It's like dog tags. Oh no, not dog tags, but like yeah. Ah, sad. It's actual emotions. Ah, ah. And these are like the guards. Wow. 4 hours ago. What? 4 hours ago? There you go. So it is number two. I think so. Let's see. So this happened very recently, obviously. There you go. There's she. Okay, I remember a little bit. I remember. Okay, okay. What's going to happen? I kind of remember. Come on, Niners. At this point, I feel like you think Pascal did this. Yeah, and you. Okay, great. Mm. Well, okay. Okay. Okay, don't scream like that. Yeah, okay, great. Oh, wait, it is her. Damn! Oh boy. Hmm. Ooh, there. Wait, what the? Wait, who's this? One of the people from the kingdom? Uh. What? Wow. Wait, how old are you? Wait, did this happen in the game? I can't probably remember. I think it might have happened. Oh, the little kid. Not kid, but the yeah, the machine life form. Well, another side quest. Let's go. Nah, this is a side quest. All right. Okay, as far as I can remember, we're going to meet number two over there at the top. As far as I can remember, I can't properly remember this. What's that noise? Is that a pacifier? Yep, there you go. As far I remember correctly. Oh my god! Ah, yep, it's her. Oh my god! Yo, Pascal, go! Fugitive Unit A2, there you go. That's her. Alright. Hmm. Okay, good god. Yeah, her sword is not really that good because. No, the ones who betrayed them is. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So it is confirmed. It is her. So, like, officially confirmed. Interesting. Questionable action. All right, interesting. Like I said, I don't like like the whole game. We did see her. She was there in the game, and like 2A. Wait, that was her name. I think yeah. She is one of the one of the main. I wouldn't call it main characters, but one of the main parts of the story. Like one of the main characters, if you think like that. And she was introduced at the end of the first half or like at the beginning of the second half, that type of section she was introduced. However, we didn't get to see any kind of her backstory because the leader of the resistance barely had any kind of story section in the game as far as I can remember. So we didn't get to know her backstory, and that's why we never got to know 2A's backstory as well. But here we know that, and we can properly link it. The fact that the leader of the resistance is also here as a character will be interesting to see what's going to happen when she will eventually meet 2A. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And like I said, I remember bits and pieces of this section. I did remember that we meet 2A here at the top trying to protect the king. Yeah, in the game that was also how it went. But there's a lot of things we know now in the background. Who 2A is, this and that, all that stuff. Alright, let's see this. Alright. Pascal's class. Hmm. Okay. Even alright. Kingdom of Day. Ooh. Oh my god. Dragon. Huh? Oh my god. That's messed up. Pascal started into the collapse of the film. Wow. All right. So that was, yeah, that was episode number 7. Okay, now like I said, I know that episode 8 has already come out, so but I'll be reacting to that after a few days, and I'll catch up. Either way, we get to see we get the introduction of 2A over here, and see what happens before that. All right, so let's talk about this episode. First of all, the first scene we get to see is Adam and Eve again. They are talking to each other, and Adam. I think Adam is the big brother, isn't he? Or is it Eve? I think it's Adam. Adam is like, oh, I'm going to go to the playground. You stay here, big little bro, and read the books. And but the little brother's like, no, like I want to go with you. But then he's like, no, stay here. I'll come back and I'll play with you. And he's happy with that. He's like, all right, big brother, I'll stay and wait for you. So that's how it started. It's always interesting to see, like, we see them, but like at the opening of the episode and the ending of the episode sometimes. So we're not really getting much of them. I'm guessing we're going to see more of them in the end, because that's where they come in. As far as I can remember, in the game, we get a brief introduction to them when we fight them. At the beginning when they get born, and then we meet them a lot later. A lot later in the game, like at the even after meeting 2A. Uh, no, A2. Okay, sorry, I'm mixing her name up. I think her name is A2, or is it 2A? A2, isn't it? Wait a minute, let me check. Just a minute. A2, not sorry, not A2A, sorry, A2, yeah. So we meet later on. We meet Adam and Eve a lot later in the game, after meeting A2 and after a lot of other things happen. So we're just getting like brief, sections of them, seeing them how they're kind of progressing, or how like both of them are learning more about the humans are and emulating them, and stuff like that. Like at first you saw in the beginning part, they were both were like completely like without any shirtless and everything. And then now, like like the older brother is like actually wearing like dresses properly and reading, and like like teaching the younger brother stuff. So, and he's also wearing like glasses and everything. So there you go. I'm pretty sure the glasses is like fake glasses. He just wanted to he just wanted some fashion, like he's just wearing it as like a fashion thing. All right. Next, we get to see 9S and 2B, like talking about the mooses. And he's talking about how like they eat like so much food, like 25 kilograms of grass or something, and also talks about how humans also eat 3 meals. And I love how they're like, he's like, oh, it's so inefficient, isn't it? Like like because they don't need to have any food. That's why like 9S is like, yeah, that's so like an inconvenient having to eat food, like you know. But yeah, like it's so crazy. Like this is such an interesting like thing where like having food, obviously it's a necessity. We need to have food, otherwise we cannot function, we'll die. So that's the thing. However, it's so interesting how the outlook on food kind of changes, like among different people. For example, so many people, there are so many people who loves eating food. There's so many people who kind of avoids food, even though they like to eat food, because of like because of dieting and stuff. Not only that, there's so many people who looks at food in a different way. There's a few people, like section of people who looks at food as a thing which they consume to survive, and that's it. Those are the people who are in, what can I say, who are like a little bit poor, and who are don't get enough food for like like having like every day they have to like work hard to earn, like and like get food. That time, like those people, they look at food as like a thing that they need for survival. However, people who are a little bit more like wealthier, they look at food as like a, what can I say, like a something that they enjoy, like 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 good food, like like taste comes into like a like like comes becomes a factor. When we have enough money, taste becomes a factor. We not only eat food to kind of fill our belly, we eat food to enjoy it and have like a like like enjoy it, and like like a taste comes into it. Taste comes becomes a bigger part of it. So all these things like like happens. So I'm like, when Niner said that, oh, like that's so inefficient, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, but at the same time, like people eat food not only to fill their belly, but also like people who have enough money, they eat food to kind of like for the taste and for enjoying it, which is something that Niners and the androids, since they don't need to consume any food, they won't know, because they don't eat food. They won't know about the taste of food and why people eat them. Sometimes they just eat food to kind of feel happy and enjoy themselves, that type of thing. Anyways, it's like went on a tangent. All right, so Ninus is talking about that, and so he then brings up the like thing about like the anomaly. I'm guessing he's talking about Adam and Eve. He says like we were like we weren't like even given any orders to pursue them. It seems as if the HQ is trying to kind of shove that under the rug and not letting us know. And it's an important case, but they're not really telling us like what's up with that. And she asks that to 2B, while 2B is like, oh, we don't need to think much about that, you know. And it's so interesting, like like this is one thing I feel find kind of interesting about 2B and 9s, is that you can see how 9s and 2B is like the more emotional out of the two, you know. However, 2B has this thing where she's always like, oh, mission, I'm going to follow the mission, no, I won't think anything other than that. However, 9s is a lot less, I guess you could say, like not as emotional as 2B, because obviously his whole data got wiped out and everything. He started from scratch. But there's this one thing about him which is like curiosity. Like he is so curious about everything, and like, which is something that is, I think, necessary for him to gain emotions at a later date. Because when we met Nines in the beginning, he was as emotional as 2B, even more, you could say. Like he was just like like he looked at the world like like a human would. That's the type of person he was, and that's why he sacrificed himself to save 2B. And obviously his data got wiped out then, and he started from scratch, but the whole curiosity factor is still in him. And I'm pretty sure this curiosity is something that little by little made him gain more emotions. Like more curious you will be about the outside world, the more you'll interact with it and the more you will gain emotions, you could say. So him being curious about everything, I'm pretty sure that was the main factor as to why he gained emotion. And when he met 2B, he was an emotional, like a person who looked and thought like a human being with emotions and everything. But now that his whole memory is wiped out, he has lost the emotion part. However, his curiosity is still there, and he's again, little by little, because of his curiosity, he's trying to learn more about new things and everything, getting to know more people, and again, probably he'll become become as emotional as human beings, and and 2B. But anyways, yeah. So 9s is 2B is like, oh no, we don't need to think about that. But then the operator calls. This operator seems a little bit, what can I say, like excited, like what, like I've seen like the operator who calls 9s for like daily checking is someone who barely talks. She just is like, oh hello, like like this is like your operator, I'm asking for the daily report, and she just logs out. But 2B's operator, she's like, oh 2B, I found like a flower. It would look so good on you, and like that type of thing, just talking about it. And she talks about the flower Luna Steer. Was that the name? um Wait a minute, what's the name? Lunar Tear. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the same flower that the machine life form wanted, wasn't it? Like he was able to finally get it in the end. In episode 3, or was it episode 2? I don't remember. 3, I think. So I think this is the same flower. Anyways, so The operator is like, oh, like it would, I bet it would look really nice on you, on your hair or stuff. And and Tubi's like, I don't need that. And she's like, oh, like, who doesn't need that? Every girl would want to be a little bit more prettier. So I feel like it would look really good on you. And she's just like, saying all of this. While Ninus is like, okay, can you please tell us about the thing that happened? The anomalous, the thing that we came across, that thing. You know, is there any information about it, or shouldn't we go and get to know more about it, find out what's going on? But the operator's like, oh no, out of jurisdiction. No, not jurisdiction. Out of my information status of the anomaly. Yeah, it's out of my jurisdiction. That's what she says. So there you go. And in the end, she again tells Tubi about the flower and logs out. So Ninus is like, what's up with that? Wasn't she acting like weirdly? Tubi's like, yeah, I don't need any flowers on my head. And Ninus is like, no, not that. But anyways, Ninus kind of suspects that the headquarters is trying to hide something, and they're not telling us everything and stuff like that. But Tubi's like, let's just focus on what we are doing. And then we suddenly meet Pascal just running around trying to stop that little robot. So something's happening, and we go and can talk to Pascal about it. And Pascal says that this little one's kid sister, has gone to the forest and to find some machine parts for for him. No, wait a minute. Is that a yeah? Her little sister went to the forest to find some parts because her big sister was having a little bit of a trouble with a few parts. So that's why that's the main thing, and they're fearing about the fact that the forest is like the kingdom of like a few other robots, like a few other machine life forms, and they're very strong and they're very scary. They might actually hurt the sister. So Pascal is afraid of that. I know, like the elder sister is also afraid of that. The elder sister like almost breaking down and everything. And Pascal is like, "Can you please, like go in and help?" And I love this part where we see, like Ninus is like, "Oh no, no, definitely not. We don't need to go take any more assignments and stuff." And as soon as he's saying that, the elder sister is like throwing a tantrum, and Pascal is like, "Oh, calm down, calm down." And Pascal is like, "See, can you please help us?" And Ninus is again rejecting, and the elder sister is throwing a bigger tantrum. I was just thinking while this was happening, I was like, "Damn, these machine life forms, they've become so much like human beings, like throwing a tantrum to kind of like manipulate into helping you out, that type of thing, like kind of convince you to think. Manipulate is a harsh word. Convince you into helping you out, that type of thing, like. And Pascal is also kind of like helping her out. So I was like, yep, these machine life forms, have become so much like human beings. And I love how like they're throwing a tantrum and then kind of looking at them. And Ninus is like, nope, and they're again throwing a tantrum, again looking at them. And in the end, Tubi's like, fine, let's go. Oh boy. And anyways, so Pascal is like, all right, I'm going to take you to the Forest Kingdom. And the Pascal starts flying, like while 2B and Ninus grabs onto Pascal. And I love how they're like grabbing their pods like this. Like, I don't know. Can the pods fly? I guess the Pascal's probably too fast for them. Maybe that. Like, I was like, the pods can fly. Like, so why are they like grabbing it with them? But yeah, I'm guessing the speed. The Pascal is probably too fast for them. Anyways, Pascal here talks about how he has kind of improved the his parts and stuff, and that is why he can like fly now. And he's talking about how he can do a lot of other things, like make like a little boat, kind of have like a chainsaw, stuff like that. And so now here a very interesting conversation starts. So Tubi asks a very interesting question. She's like, how much parts do you need to swap out before you lose yourself? Now, here they start having this conversation and about being someone who she is, how much you need to change, how many body parts can you take out, and will you still be the same? That type of thing. And so like while having this conversation, they reach the forest, and in the end Pascal gives like a little answer. He says like the heart. I feel like the heart is the part that unless and until you change that, you will be the same. Now I would like to disagree here a little bit, because I don't see that. I feel like the brain is the part. Like I can understand, like like heart being the part with, but like if you think about it in a very romantic way, you could say, you could probably answer heart. But if you think logically, I would say the brain. Like it doesn't make sense. Like if you change, like, even if the heart is the same, you won't be the same person unless and until your brain is there. Your brain is like the main thing, where everything is there. Like your body is basically, if you think about it, it's basically like a vessel, while your brain is everything, where like your consciousness, what your emotions and everything is there. Like I said, if you think about it romantically, you could say heart, but if you think logically, I would say the brain. And like there's a lot of other things, like like I think like there's so many other animes, and I think visual novels I've also read where this whole topic comes out, and another topic comes in, is that the soul, like soul or the brain, these are the two things that, like you could say that makes you 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 know uh ultimately it's the soul, but before that it's the brain, that kind of thing. Now, like I said, I've seen a lot of other animes where this whole topic comes out about brain and soul, and there's a few animes which I think I kind of agree with, where the conclusion that they came up with is that soul is kind of like the same as the brain, kind of. And like if you think about it, everyone would probably think that, oh, soul resides in the heart, that type of thing. But I remember there being, what I don't remember. There was an anime or a visual novel where they kind of said that no, souls doesn't exist in the heart, soul exists in the brain, which is something that I kind of agreed with. And I felt that that's like more appropriate. So whenever I think about soul, I think about the brain, I don't think about the heart. And that's probably why when they were talking about this, I was like, oh no, it's the brain. Like if you think about it like that, like brain is like, in my head, like brain is the part where the soul resides. And if your brain is the same, your head and the brain, you will still be the same. Even if your heart is changed, you will still be the same. Like for example, imagine this. You might get like there's certain situations where you might get like a heart transplant, you know but the person is still the same, isn't it? So that type of thing, like you still have your memories, your consciousness, even if your heart is like like changed or something like that. However, you cannot say the same thing if your brain is taken out, you know and another brain is put in there. You'll be different, you'll be a completely different person. So I can understand Pascal saying heart, but I would like to say the brain. But anyways, that's just my opinion. Like I look at it in a different way, and I would say like the brain is the most important part. That the part which makes you you, and that type of thing. But if you then think about it, like I guess you could say every part of your body contains a little bit of you. Like there's like memories like everywhere. For example, like there's a thing called, as far as I can know, molecular memory, where they say how, like different parts of the body, when they're transplanted, sometimes, like especially the heart, as far as I know, whenever there's like a heart transplant that happens, sometimes the person's heart that you've transplanted in, their memories you kind of see in your dreams and stuff, that type of thing. That's called, basically called, like that's something like molecular memory. And there's been so many animes about that as well, where like there have, like like that they have become split personality because of that, like because of the heart transplant, stuff like that, that type of thing. There's been a lot of animes about that as well. But that's something different. That's like memories in your body parts, like your hand, your heart, like as they say, even if you don't remember, your body remembers, that type of thing. But that's different, but if you think about it like that, Yeah, your whole body is a place where you have all the memories scattered around, but I think the main hub is the brain, you know. If you change your brain, in no way will you be the same person, you know. But if you change your heart, you can still be the same person if your brain is still exists in your head. That type of thing. Anyways, I'm going too deep into this. Either way, Pascal answers heart, you know. And so, all right. Anyways, so they get to the forest, and Pascal finds out the ball over there, and Pascal's like, oh, she must be here, and Pascal's like, let me go and see if I can have some negotiation with the people inside, the robots inside, and Ninus is still not happy about this whole thing. Ninus is like, oh, he's definitely trying to lure us into a trap or something, but Tubi's like, no, let's go. At this point, I don't think that's the case. So, anyways, they get in and they see there's like so many robots who have machine life forms who have gone down. Someone has hurt it, and like they get in and meet another robot machine life form who's hurt, and this machine life form was like, oh, you're back again, you androids, and then it falls down. So we get to know that obviously some android was here before them. Now, like I said, from this point onwards, I started remembering little by little, and I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of remember what happens. I remember that scene, the final scene, where they go on top and find the king. A2 comes in. That part I kind of remember. So I was like, okay, I can kind of recall what happened. But I still wasn't like fully able to recall that section. Anyways, so they get in and they find like a big machine life form, like kind of their moss and grass have grown on top of it. There's like flowers on top of its head. It's their king who has died or stopped functioning, you could say. Now, we see one of the little robots beside them have like a memory chip or whatever, and Ninus puts it in his head and sees, asks the bot to kind of decipher it, and we get a little scene 256 years ago, and in that scene we see the big robot. He was like, "This land will be our kingdom. We declare our independence," and he's like, "This will be our kingdom." And everyone's like, "What's a kingdom?" And he's like, "A kingdom is a big house where everyone, like helps each other out, and we work together." That type of thing. And I'm guessing by saying like they're declaring independence means that the connection that they have, they went out of the mainframe network, that type of thing. Like before that, their eyes are always red. When they sever their connection, their eyes become yellow. And as far as I could decipher, the only time their eyes become green is when they're content with something. Like Pascal is content with what's happening, and he has found inner peace. So that's why his eyes are green. Unlike the other ones whose eyes are yellow, they're still trying to find that special thing for them. That type of thing. Anyways, so they see that and they are like going more in. And here Pascal talks about the difference between record and history, where Pascal says that like the reason why they keep these things are to recall them and to feel nostalgic. This is their history, and history is something that has emotion within it. And then they found some more tags and some more little sections we get to see where in the past 128 years ago the king died, not died, but you could say probably stopped functioning. And like they were like the subjects, they were like, oh, we will raise our another new king, and they found like a little baby, and they started kind of taking care of it and like raising it as the new king. I was surprised suddenly seeing 4 hours ago. I'm like, wait a minute, what? 4 hours ago? So this recently happened, where we see the extension where like one of the machine life form comes in and they're like, oh, an intruder has infiltrated our kingdom. And we see like a little silhouette, which is obviously A2's silhouette. So there you go. Now, now Ninus is still very skeptical. Ninus is like, I feel like Pascal is trying to trick us. Like we should leave. This is definitely a trap. I don't want to get involved in this anymore. While Tubi's like, no, let's go. And while they're having this conversation, Nine almost falls, but Pascal helps him out. And Nine is kind of like warms up to him a little bit, and he's like, all right, fine. Like you helped me. Like let's go find the sister. So The pods are like, oh, the we found a little machine life form, like like a signal, and there's like a section where they kind of open the part, and Pascal is like, oh, little sister, come out, and the little sister comes out. Little sister's like, oh, like I was so scared. Thank you for coming, like shaking Pascal, and Pascal puts on the little bow, and there you go. Pascal is like, oh, like these two helped you out, and she's like, oh, thank you so much, big brother, big sister. And then we see another machine life form behind her, and this machine life form is supposed to be someone that this little sister, loves, and she's like, oh, like like we are together, and like where's that part? I want to be a family. I love him as just as I love my big sister. And Pascal's like, oh, so then you're getting married, and they're like, oh yeah, like that type of thing. And I think this was in the game as well, wasn't it? I don't properly recall it, but I have a feeling this was in the game. Anyways, so yeah, so like like obviously like Ninus and they're like looking at that scene like, wait, what? The machine life forms are getting married and like stuff. But anyways, the conversation kind of like goes past that, and this little machine life form says that, oh, please save our king, our little king. And she says like the intruder is still here, and she might try to get the little king. So at first Ninus is again like, oh no, we found the sister, let's go. But Doobie's like, no, let's do it. So either way, they go and they reach the top where inside the cradle there's like flowers and the little king is there. And here's one thing I kind of forgot. I forgot that A2 actually kills the king. I forgot about that. That is why when she comes in and like kind of puts the sword in it, it took me a while to register what happened, and I'm like, oh no, she killed it. And then I recall it. I'm like, oh yeah, I think something like this happened in the game as well. So that's why I was so surprised. Even though I recalled this section, I forgot the fact that she actually killed the king. But anyways, A2 comes in, kills the king, and here we go. We see her face, and it's confirmed this is the same number two who we met in the flashback. So everything is connected, that type of thing. So A2 comes in, and A2 is like has killed the king, and A2 then attacks. Yeah, now one thing you have to see here is that A2 doesn't attack 2B or 9S. When Pascal comes in, A2 attacks Pascal. And to protect Pascal, A2 and 2B and 9S like kind of stops her. So obviously you can see that she has no animosity against the androids. Her animosity is towards the machine life forms and the headquarters. But you know what? I guess if you think of it that way, like then the animosity is also towards the androids as well because they are from the headquarters. So I guess, yeah. But anyways, she didn't really attack 2B and 9S at the beginning. When Pascal comes in, she tries to attack Pascal. And when they stop her, she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Why are you trying to save the machine life forms? We androids are supposed to kill them." But anyways, so the pod the pod kind of like tells who this person is. The pod says that she's an enemy, and Nani says that, but she's also a Yorha unit like us. Pod says that A2 is a deserter. She has betrayed the Council of Humanity and destroyed multiple pursuit androids. So there you go. And obviously, we know like it's not her that betrayed the humans. It's the humans who betrayed her. That's why she attacked back, fought back. And now the humans are labeling her as like a deserter and stuff. So obviously it's it's like a fabricated lie if you think about it. But either way, like 9S and 2B are fighting A2, and 9S is like, why did you do this? Why are you attacking? Like why did you betray the androids? And A2 is like me betray? Like we didn't betray anyone. It says it's the humans that betrayed us. And then it jumps down, and because the sword guy, her sword kind of broke. She was probably using the same sword, like the rusted sword. So it broke down. That's why she saw that she cannot win here. So she just jumped down and went away. and that is where it ended. So there you go. We meet A2 again, and this time obviously she is like, she's here, and I'm very curious as to see what's going to happen when she'll meet the leader again. And I think her name was Lily, wasn't it? I will always forget her name. I think her name was Lily. Let me just check. NieR Automata. Um, yep, that's her name, Lily. So yeah, I'm curious as to see what's going to happen when she comes across Lily, because I'm sure that will happen. She's definitely going to come across Lily. Really, Lily will recognize her. She'll probably recognize Lily as well, and then I'm interested in seeing where this goes, because this wasn't part of the game. Lily wasn't really a part of the game, so we barely got to see much about the interaction with her and A2. But then now that the anime is going in this direction, it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Either way, that was it. That was a good episode. Episode number 7. Yeah, episode number 7. I'll react to episode 8 like in a couple of days, and then I'll catch up to the normal way the anime is going. Either way, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. This is my reaction to episode 7 of NieR Automata. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in a few days with another episode, with episode 8 of NieR Automata. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.